What's going on? Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. Share this to all your platforms. Welcome to HD's burner account. Don't you know I love haters? I love them all. I love them all, but wish I had longer arms. Hug them all. I hug them all. Now, I watched the Fate series. Yes, I know it was a while ago that came out. And I like the prequel. Unlimited Blade Works went hard. The movie was straight. I mean, all of it was good. You know, the movie told a whole different story. You know. Instead of him being with Ren, in the movie he ended up with the sister, who was adopted by the crazy ass old man, the insect guy, creepy guy. And the only reason that she was like that is because the son never had any magical, like he had a little bit of magical abilities, but then he quit because he didn't want to do it. So that family was forced to have to give up their second daughter, because in their family, the Tosaka family, only one is going to be able to get the powers and get everything given to them. And she always was upset because I was a little sister. But in the movie, it told a different story. It kind of was the same, but things were different. Because this time around, instead of Gilgamesh and all of them fighting, or the other assassin who had problems with Emiya, I guess that's his name. Emiya Kiriske or whatever. The guy name was K. I'm just gonna call him K. Basically, wanted to get the Holy Grail after he was intrigued from talking to Gilgamesh. And we got to see most of his backstory in the movie. In the movie, it broke down about his wife. Because remember, they talked about it in Unlimited Blade Works about his wife. All the movie was just another version of what was going on with some of the characters that we didn't get to experience. So of course, Emiya, who adopted his son, built a relationship with his daughter, who, you know, he had with Illizeeves or whatever. Illy, I call it Illy. The daughter and everything in the show ended up being unalived, you know, like early in the whole show. But in the movie, she came and saved Emiya or Emra, whatever his name was, the adopted son. Basically, if you look at it, you know, she built a relationship. She basically said he won't have his body, but his soul will live. So they put his soul into a puppet at the end of the movie. In the show, him and Ren ended up together. He learned how to fight and how to conjure up things, weapons and everything, from learning from, of course, the archer. So told the same story but two different ways. The prequel was great. If you don't want to be spoiled, I would watch the Unlimited Blade Works, and then I would watch what's the name of it? Then I would watch the movie, and then I would watch the prequel. If you don't want to know what's going on, if you want to be surprised. But like me, I wanted to see the prequel and then see the rest. Excuse me. So now I gotta watch the next two fates, which I think are two different stories from this one. This was a complete story on Ren and all of that stuff. If you remember when he asked Saber to destroy the Grail, it basically worked against him because it basically took out a lot of people because of the way it was. The way it was thinking was on probabilities. Like, if this one person, if I gotta unalive these 3 people over here to save 100, then I'm gonna do it. And that's the way the Holy Grail did. The Holy Grail basically, they all were saying misfired. He basically saved the world, but he sacrificed the immediate people that was in the vicinity, leaving him to adopt this boy who was the last one living, and for the boy to take on his way of thinking and stuff, but not really. Like, he wanted to save everybody, whereas Emery, excuse me, I think it's Emery, I can't think of the name. Excuse me. Emery or Emra, I forgot the name, but make sure you hit the like button. So, you know, that's what happened. Gilgamesh, shout out to Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh made the show and the prequel great. But my guy was Ryder. In the first one, like in the prequel, was Ryder. I loved it, Ryder. Ryder was dope. I thought we were going to get that character back, that kid back, but we didn't. So, in the second go around, during the show, Unlimited Blade Works, my favorite on there was, I liked the Caster. Caster was dope. I liked the Caster and how she was working the table, how she was getting a lot of people aligned on her side. I loved what she did. And in the movie, I love the crazy old man. He was wilding. But then Emery had sexual relations with, of course, Ren's sister. And they developed a relationship. So in the show, Blade Works, he ends up with Ren. In the movie, he ends up with the sister. I can't think of the sister name. This is all off memory, guys and gals. So, the prequel, I give 4 out of 4. Unlimited Blade Works, I give 3.5 out of 4. And the movie, I give 3 out of 4. Because I didn't really like some of the stuff. I felt like he has some magical abilities. I felt like he should have been able to control Archer's arm, but they basically said, no, he can't because of how Archer is and stuff. It was like, all right. So he lived in part 2 by awakening some inner power. Right? Inner power he awakened. But then in the movie, he can't sustain the power even with his body. Make sure you hit the like button. And if you love what you hear, you could donate to the page by the Cash App. It'll be clipped at the top. So I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, why you did this? Why did you do it this way? Excuse me. But it is what it is. I liked on Unlimited Blade Works, he used all the stuff he copied. He copied everything that Gilgamesh did. And he told Gilgamesh, he was like, bro, against all the other fighters I fought, they actually were great at something. you're a jack of all trades and you're not really a master of anything. And he wasn't. Gilgamesh was a spoiled brat ass king who had all this power. Just because you got a lot of power doesn't mean that you have a skill set. That's just your power set. Your skill set is having the ability to fight one-on-one, man-on-man, mano-a-mano, and when he did that, man, it was over with. Gilgamesh has never fought like throwing hands like that and shooting the fade. And that's why he got what he got. And that's why the show ended how it ended. In the prequel, he strangled his lover, girlfriend. You know, it was crazy. I'm like, why would you strangle her? But hey, that was a part of the grail. So excuse me. So like I said, the prequel I give 4 out of 4. Blade Works I give 3.5 out of 4. And the movie I give 3 out of 4. I really wasn't keen on it. I felt like he should have survived at the end. To me, he would have found a way, you know, just to unalive him like that, then bring him back as a puppet, to me was stupid. But I guess that's the consequences. Like if you give something, they got to take something in return. Like stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. Just dumb shit.